Attacks on network security, downtime from equipment failure, rising costs of maintaining global network infrastructure. Today's data center and network managers face unprecedented challenges. As the volume of information within global organizations continues to grow exponentially, so does the importance of delivering and protecting that information. Throughout the evolution of networks, managing the physical layer, the part of the integrated network that connects devices, has remained relatively unsophisticated. As a result, the physical layer has become vulnerable to security breaches and human error, and causes frequent service interruptions.
The physical layer is the basic, fundamental building block of a network. And in that building block, for a long time, we have looked at switch ports and server ports and monitored them. But there are a number of connection points in that network. All these connection points can be points of failure. And for the first time, we thought if we could monitor at every one of them, how would it be able to secure the network and allow us more information about the network.
Until now, tracing these threats to a network's security and availability has been a time-consuming, labor-intensive process, complicated by vague, inaccurate, and out-of-date documentation of network topology.
The need to develop Quareo is really based on our understanding of network management practices and a desire from a network management perspective to see the part of the network that has always been invisible. Quareo brings visibility to that physical layer.
Introducing Quareo, a genuinely revolutionary connection point identification technology that brings managed connectivity to the physical layer of the network.
For the first time ever in your physical layer, you now have instant, automatic, and accurate information that you've never had at your fingertips before. And imagine what you can do with that information.
Quareo's unique Connection Point Identification, or CPID, enables an automatic, accurate, and real-time view of a network from the data center all the way to the desktop.
Connection point identification technology is very unique. What it has is an integrated circuit placed right on a standard form factor connector that allows for something that is very akin to a MAC-like ID to be placed on the A and A prime ends of the cable and give you full accountability of each connection point within the network.
Security in today's networks is an extremely important topic. Many enterprises have remote facilities either within the same geography or remote geographies. For the first time ever, Quareo technology provides the ability to a network administrator to instantaneously detect an unauthorized breach in the physical layer and to take appropriate measures to respond.
If an alien device was introduced into the network, for the first time, the man-in-the-middle attack can be viewed. Quareo technology will tell the software and the network management folks that indeed your network was disconnected, and even while your logical connection is back up, there is something else in the middle, so you might want to stop your port and your switch port and check the traffic. So Quareo provides a level of security that was not possible before.
Availability in today's networks is a critical issue. For example, in a 10 gig copper link, if someone inadvertently deploys a 1 gig rated patch cord, today's network administrator can spend countless hours trying to troubleshoot the root cause of that problem. Because of CPID technology, the network administrator can be informed instantly of that 1 gig link being deployed in that channel, allowing appropriate measures to be taken immediately and more cost effective.
The real magic here is Quareo can reduce a 6-hour troubleshooting hunt down to 3 minutes because it will tell you exactly what changed.
Quareo and CPID technology has several benefits in the way of ROI. Mainly, you have reduced operational expenses. Coming from an operational background, one of the things that I can tell you is that an extraordinary amount of time is spent documenting the network, troubleshooting the network. There's an awful lot of poor data that exists from legacy networks and legacy management systems that can never really be recorded and condensed in a way that CPID would manage automatically. So just in that, over the course of a very short period of time, just with man hours and operational efficiency, you would realize a great ROI with an investment in quareo. Likewise, anyone who runs a remote data center or NOC operation would have such an increased visibility to the network that they could manage it and manage assets in that network in such a way as to immediately realize operational benefits as well.
The wealth of information provided by Quareo's technology can be applied to many industries, including healthcare, financial markets, and government networks.
Quareo is very well suited for lots of different vertical markets and applications. One that immediately comes to mind are the financial institutions, not only in the data center, but in their LAN environment. In many financial institutions, the LAN environment is extremely dynamic and it's extremely high performance. Windows for change to that environment are after closing bell on a Friday and before the opening bell on a Monday. So as financial institutions redeploy assets, physical and human assets, to take advantage of changing market conditions, knowledge of and understanding of that portion of the network from a real-time perspective is absolutely critical to their financial well-being.
One of the key verticals for quareo is healthcare. And as a data center manager, when I decide to deploy quareo, it's because the new HIPAA regulations require me to comply and not allow external people to connect to my network. Anyone who goes as a visitor or as a patient in a hospital or any kind of a medical facility today can simply plug into that network. And I want to know who that is, when they did it, where they did it, and actually lock that port out. Quareo allows me to be able to do that. I could never, ever do that in the past.
Quareo's usefulness in the federal and governmental sector is fairly unique in that there are a lot of requirements that FISMA, OM06, and other regulations overlay to any existing governmental network. Quareo satisfies several of those compliance issues just in its design and implementation. And there is no agnostic system that exists to date, aside from quareo, that can be implemented in any existing infrastructure as well as has its scalability and manageability.
Compliance to government regulations is an increasingly important issue for today's network administrator. Whether I'm a casino and I have to report revenue streams for tax purposes, or I'm a healthcare organization and I have HIPAA compliance obligations to protect patient records, being able to instantaneously detect as well as provide reports that document and guarantee no unauthorized breaches have occurred can be critically important to an organization.
Best of all, Quareo is designed to be customized to manage your network. Its flexible open architecture allows you to develop software applications unique to your industry.
As opposed to trying to create a proprietary or a special software platform, the idea with Quareo was to design a very open interface so that a network administrator could take advantage of any given software platform they've already invested in and tie it seamlessly to the Quareo platform.
Quareo's open architecture, and in fact the premise of CPID, affords systems integrators and anyone else with access to the SDK the ability to design applications on a standard-based format that can be unique to a specific vertical or customer or application that they would see as being particularly effective or beneficial within their customer space.
If you want to develop it yourself, we give you the SDK and you can consume and develop your own applications to it in a much faster way than you might have with previous methods of exposing this type of information.
Our system integrators and customers have the ability to build and customize applications into the network layer 2 through layer 7. So they have the ability to customize the applications to pull information, what they have, when they want, and what triggers and pointers they want with it.
Quareo's standards-based hardware allows it to be deployed within your existing network with an interface that's familiar to your IT staff.
The beauty of Quareo is, in fact, yes, it can be seamlessly and transparently deployed within existing networks. It's completely standards compliant. The information is completely out of band, and it is designed with intent to be integrated into existing networks and provide a go-forward path.
Quareo is available in a variety of configurations for fiber and copper networks, providing intelligent, high-density, managed connectivity that scales with your network.
Quareo can be deployed within existing networks in that it has a standard form factor and footprint, both in network panels that are 1, 2, and 4 RU, as well as connector types, which would be LC, NPO, and RJ45.
The Quareo portfolio is extremely comprehensive, both from a copper perspective as well as from a fiber optic perspective. Our portfolio is designed to accommodate applications from the most simple and smallest LAN environment all the way to the most dense and most highly complex data center environment. For example, our fiber optic product can handle a little over 12,000 fibers in a single 7-foot frame.
With respect to Quareo deployments to date, customers for the first time recognize TE as transforming the physical layer of the network into a strategic asset that delivers value, specifically with respect to network management, security, and operational efficiency.
For more information, visit our website